when you recruit, you go to each position coach, each recruiting coach, and you try to make sure you put them in an area where they can be successful. And if they haven't been there, you got to give them a chance to be able to be successful. So some of our areas have changed. I branched out to people, and again, I've asked questions. Henry Mason has been huge for us. He's been at Wisconsin. That's big to get his input. We've tweaked some areas. We've adjusted some areas. The base core principle of recruiting is very much the same as it was with Coach Alvarez and the way it was with Brett and his staff. But everybody's going to have some different ways they do it. I don't know how it's really big time different, but I think maybe on the West Coast a little bit more because of our ties at times. If you look at some teams in this league that have a lot of success going to the West Coast, Nebraska, it's we've got quite a few kids over the years that have been very successful.
Wisconsin's always seemed to target certain areas. Are you a little more expansive in terms of we'll go anywhere, or is that just out of not realistic?
Got to be careful on relationship recruiting. You can do it, but when certain people have had a great experience at Wisconsin and now they're in California, they're in Pennsylvania, they're in Delaware, wherever they're at, and they have a great young man, then he's recruitable. We'll go recruit him because of that tie to Wisconsin. And we'll also, if we have a coach that we'll have a tie. We don't want to get too spread. We are going to go into Florida. We are going to go into the Atlanta area and branch out and be specific on the type of kid we're looking for in that position, in that spot. But it's you can say you're going to national recruit, but you still have 9 guys on the road. And you got to be careful.
Would you say you get involved with a lot of kids and see what happens, or do you target a smaller number of kids and really work on that? Where do you fall on that scale?
Yeah, I would say somewhere in the middle. Do we recruit a large number of kids? Yeah, I couldn't give you an exact number, but there's a large number. Again, I think it gets funneled down quickly because of the type of young men that are in our program, and that's a good thing. But once we get in, we become highly competitive, and we try to be on the cutting edge because it's so important for us to show them what we do have. We can just say it's a world-class education. But why is it? The kids got to be able to spit it out and say, this is why Wisconsin is a world-class education. See our facilities, understand the social environment that they get themselves into. So once we get there, I would say we flood them with information. And with our recruiting guy, Vince Ginta, I sometimes have to be a little careful to say, hey, let the kid breathe. Let him have a deep breath. And don't make the 608 area code or whatever. The Facebook from Wisconsin coaches come up and the kid's going, oh my God, Wisconsin again. So it's a fine line.
What have you found the recruiting power of the UW brand or the institution to be?
It's very powerful. It's powerful in a lot of ways when you put it on your chest, whether you're in an airport, wherever you're at in the country, whether you're in a high school, and if we just talk specific to recruiting, it's well known. You're not going to walk in there and say, where's that W from? People know. But I would say this, the respect for the athletic programs, especially when we move out to the West Coast, is definitely there. The knowledge base of understanding that this is a great education is there for the most part. But that's what I had. When I walked in here and understood it was a whole different level academically for me, that's where we can really make some strides and compete with some high-end athletes that are elite academic athletes too.